We've gone from don't be evil to do less evil.
What nonsense that bloody was. Ashwin, what's Google going to fuck up this year?
It's not something that they're going to fuck up new, but it's rather something they've messed up that they're not going to fix. And I think Google's going to go another year without understanding how their actual users and customers use their product. I think there is a massive disconnect between the Google Ads product team and the people who use Google Ads and the people who pay the bills for Google Ads. You can see it happening now where clients who are moving from a credit card billing system to invoice billing system, they're being told that the MCC account owner has to be added as an admin, which is very rarely the person who's paying the bills. And I think we're going to see more of that manifest. And it would be nice if Google could, temper that and get things right in the beginning so that we don't have to have this 6-month, 12-month period where people have a very bad user experience. But I think that is unfortunately going to continue.
Well, that's a shame because Ginny Marvin, the ad liaison, she seems pretty active on X and LinkedIn, and it feels like something's not being fed back from the people that actually use the product, like you say. And this is a really good point because I didn't even consider this one, to be honest with you. People that are actually using the product and paying for the product are not a consideration for Google. It feels that way. So yeah, are they going to continue fucking this up? Probably.
Ginny does well and she means well, but one person cannot and should not be a bulwark against shitty UX.
Yeah, an entire industry of people on the other side.
Especially when it's your cash cow as one of the most successful, largest, wealthiest companies in the world.
Cash cow for them, and often the cash cow for the advertiser as well. So that's interesting. So you came from a product standpoint because you've been working in product. What do I think Google is going to fuck up this year? I hate to even put this one out there, and I'm saying it because I'm hoping that they won't. Match types, and I really worry that Google is trying to head us towards a topical world of search, even though people still type in specific searches. And the efficiency is in that search term. It's not in a broad topic. And I'm worried that Google's going to try and force more and more people down that way. Perhaps in the account and campaign creation, like they do now with the AI-driven one, it's all broads. They don't set it as an exact match. Hopefully, the more professional people amongst us still get to use match types, but I really worry the way phrase has gone, the way we lost modified broads, the way exact has gone a bit wishy-washy. I worry. That's what I think they could fuck up. And if they do, I'm going to send them a turd in the post.
And that's another layer of disconnect between Google and another portion of people who use their product. And now it's the person running the search. So now you've got a disconnect between Google and the people who pay the bills, the people who use the ad product, and the people who use the search product.
Yeah, because in Google's head, they think they're helping people possibly by simplifying, but actually they're making accounts inefficient, wasteful. Doesn't hurt them because they still earn off the click. It hurts the customer. Their customer hurts. The small businesses can't afford to waste $500, $1,000, and they will be doing that if they're using broad on a brand new campaign most of the time. And that's what Google's essentially making you build if you don't know any better. So yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how far Google can push this particular envelope, because you think to yourself, there has to be a critical mass at which point people start leaving Google Ads en masse. But it's so important and so lucrative that many businesses would rather put up with the wastage than walk away altogether. At the same time, you feel like there is a breaking point, or there should be a breaking point. So it'd be really interesting to see what happens this year, how far people's patience can be tested before they really push back. I know on the SEO side, it really kind of boiled over last year with the helpful content updates and stuff like that. I'll hold my opinion back, but a lot of people lost livelihoods, a lot of people lost income. Be very interesting to see what the tipping point is for Google Ads.
Google's got this power position where there isn't a better alternative yet, but and that forces people to hand, oh, my ad account's not entirely efficient, but I need it to get leads. But the next generation, people younger than us and younger than them, are starting to use search in a different way and not necessarily Google. So Google can't neglect their customers forever and get away with it. So when will it turn? I don't know.
They can always go buy whatever IPs people use to search elsewhere and then ruin that.
Right, what's Google going to do well? I actually don't... Christ, I don't know. Oh, it's going to make me sound really cynical, isn't it?
I think Google will do a good job of fixing all the mistakes they made in 2022 and 2023 this year.
So we're going to be optimistic, not cynical of
We're
Google.
We're going to be semi-optimistic. Because, I mean, honestly, like, if you look at the stuff they released for PMax last year, the additional reporting capabilities and things like that, that's stuff that they should have launched with. And they could have launched with.
Correct.
Many other companies, I would be like, okay, I get it. You have a limited product budget. It's Google. You can chuck money at the whole program. So I think, and this is me being cynical in a roundabout way, I think this year we'll see a lot of things fixed that should have been fixed 1 or 2 years ago.
I hope so. I'm hoping that they actually do get their ad creation right using Gemini. We shouldn't have to be prompting an external API to get ideas and to write ads for us to then put it into Google's system when Google themselves has an AI that should be capable, I know I'm simplifying things, but should be capable of doing that. So what would be really nice if they got their ad copywriting AI on point and as effective as ChatGPT currently is, and DeepSeek as well, coming in left field. So yeah, hopefully they fix that, because that'll make life a lot easier for a lot of advertisers for sure.
Yeah, and it would be nice as they push demand gen more and more, now with video action campaigns being absorbed into demand gen especially, if they could not repeat the mistakes they did with Performance Max by limiting reporting, by limiting your optionality in what type of networks you serve, and also just getting the product documentation right. I think that's a very easy win. Optimizer discovered earlier this month that a lot of the things that they said Performance Max couldn't do, you actually could do. Granted, you have to do it through the API, but you can actually do a lot of things. Communicate a bit more. If more people could communicate the way Ginny does on social media, more people at Google, I think the experience could and would gradually and consistently improve on its own.
Do less evil, be more Ginny.
We've gone from don't be evil to do less evil.
What nonsense that bloody was.